Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny content-related video on the Rise of Iron expansion. And I hope you all are having a wonderful time today in private matches. Now, private matches were just recently updated onto the new-gen consoles, and you can go in and create your own game modes, have fun with your friends, or even do competitive Destiny. Now, moving into this, we also had an MLG tournament yesterday that hosted the very first competitive scene of Destiny, and it was pretty exciting to watch. But what about those fan favorites that are just the ones that like to go in and play Crucible for fun? Well, here are 5 of the most interesting game modes you can do with your friends while playing Destiny. Very first one is from Seraphim755, known as Jousting. How it works is you load up any game type on Crossroads. You know the Mars map with the giant Guardian launching teleport thingies? Well, select Mayhem mode to ensure lots of heavy ammo. Then do this. 2 Guardians square off across the gap of Crossroads. On the count of 3 from the neutral Guardian party, they will jump onto the pads, lift up into the air, and attempt to swing each other into swords. Now, points are awarded to the Guardian that wins, with the one killing the other one with a sword swing. If they both fall, then you will reset and try again. Flying swords? Fan-freaking-tastic. Yes, we will definitely have a gameplay up on the channel of this, so stay tuned for that, Guardians. Next game mode is Infection by Rise of Bacon. Now, this theoretical game type has a host of possible variations, so you have to band together of a merry undead warriors and agree to the rules beforehand. For those unfamiliar of Infection, it's sort of like Halo Zombie Tag. One Guardian is designated as the infected, and every time they kill another Guardian, the Guardian also becomes infected, until the last fighter standing wins. Now, here's the Rise of Bacon's initial suggestions. All players must have HUDs off to distinguish between infected and Guardian. Certain shaders will be required to differentiate. E.g., infected use Glowhue, Guardians use Chatterwhite. Just examples. Guardians will be using sidearms and grenades only. Cannot use blink jump, but can also use other Guardians. Must also reduce agility and the lowest possible. Infected will be using shotguns only and be required to blink jump. Infected to increase agility to max. Now, the infected, obviously, if they kill a Guardian that has Chatterwhite, the Guardians that were killed with Chatterwhite will switch over to the Glowhue, resembling that they are now infected. And pretty much the last Guardian standing with Chatterwhite on is the winner. Congratulations, Guardian, you've survived the infection. Yes, Guardians, we will have an infection gameplay up on the channel, so please stay tuned for that. I will be running infected probably most likely, just to make the gameplay a little interesting. Next up, Dodgeball by Rise of Bacon once again. This one is pretty simple. Turn Mayhem on any Mayhem mode, and then go into a map of any map possible. Then the only rule that you have to follow is use sticky grenades only. Sun Singers, Defenders, Sunbreakers, and Blade Dancers all have access to these fun little fatal little tools. So what you're going to want to do is remember, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a hand grenade. We hope. Now, this gameplay will definitely be up on the channel as well, probably more often than the other ones. Next up, my fan favorite that I've actually come across on the forums is Duck Hunt by the Rick14. Ah, the good old days of using Super Nintendo, recreating the futuristic weaponry beyond our comprehension. It's Duck Hunt, guys. Sort of load up any Mayhem class you want, and then here's what you'll do. Hunters only. No Deadeye, Combustion, or Acleophage Symbiote. Night Stalkers can use Bones of Yale. Teams will alternate between who is shooting and who is evading. The shooting team will go one player at a time, who will stand in a designated spot and cannot move. The evading team must stay within the designated playable area. Other members of the shooting team can stand at the boundaries to make them more visible to players. The shooter is allowed 6 total golden gun shots within a maximum of 2 super usage. The evading team uses Night Stalkers and must try to avoid as many possible shots, and that is how we're going to acquire points. Once you've done all that, it's time to hunt. The team with the most points after all 6 shots have gone off wins. And remember, when you come out on top, be sure to snicker like a horrible little dog always did in the Nintendo games. Congratulations, Guardians, you've played Duck Hunt inside of Destiny. And yes, we will have a gameplay up on the channel of this as well, so stay tuned for that. Okay, Guardians, so this one's taking it a little back into the future, into the old western scene, and what we're going to be doing is discussing the Showdown on Dwindler's Ridge, which is a game mode where basically changes the meaning of 1v1 me bro to a whole new extreme. It's time for high noon, Guardians, and best to acquit yourselves with honor. What you're going to want to do is go into any game mode, any map, and pretty much have 3 Guardians. That's all you need. The rest of the Guardians are basically just going to be watching in the background as to who is going to win. The 3 Guardians will be broken up into their own specific roles. 2 Guardians will be duelists. The other Guardian will be the Undertaker. Make sure that the Undertaker can basically talk in an old western accent to make it a little bit more realistic on what we're going to be doing. The 2 duelists are only allowed to use 2 weapons. You can either use Thorn or you can use the last word. Now, the 2 Guardians that are duelists are going to be back to back at the very beginning of the match. The Undertaker will count down from 10. As the Undertaker starts to count down, the 2 duelists will walk away from each other. After it hits 1, the 2 duelists will spin around, the Undertaker will yell draw, and the 2 duelists will shoot each other until the 1 is left standing. The last one left standing is the victor, and make sure that the Undertaker can announce the winner in an old fancy western accent to make it a little bit more realistic on the idea and concept behind the game mode. And congratulations, Guardians! You've taken the game to the Old West and you got to fight as cowboys in a Guardian scene. Congratulations, and I hope you all enjoyed these game modes. And if you did enjoy the video, drop a like, share it with your friends, and try to put some awesome gameplay up of these game modes on the internet for all of your friends to view. But stay tuned for my game modes because they will be going up on the channel shortly. Thank you, Guardians. Subscribe for daily Destiny content, and I'll see you all in the next video.